The House will come to order. The pledge today will be given by Joel Rona, Challenge School, Denver, Colorado, and Mason Rona, Red Hawk Ridge Elementary, Centennial, Colorado, great-great-grandsons of Representative James French.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Kohler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt, Becker J, Becker K, Brown, Buck, Buckner, Carver, Conti, Corum, Court, Danielson, Del Grosso, Dorr, Duran, Esgar, Everett, Fields, Representative Fields, Foote, Garnett, Janal, Hamner, Humphrey, Joshi, Kagan, Kaiser, Klingenschmidt, Kraft-Tharp, Landgraf, Lawrence, Lebsock, Lee, Lontine, Lundeen, McCann, Melton, Mitch Bush, Moreno, Navarro is excused. Neville, Nordberg, Pabon, Pedersen, Primavera, Priola, Rankin, Ransom, Rosenthal, Rupe, Ryden, Sane, Salazar, Sias, Singer, Thurlow, Tyler, Van Winkle, Vigil, Willett, Williams, Wilson, Windholes, Winter, Wist, Young. Madam Speaker.
Here. With 64 present, 1 excused, and 0 absent, a quorum is present. Representative Buckner.
Madam Speaker,
Please proceed.
I move that the reading of the Journal of Friday, January 15th, 2016 be dispensed with and that it be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. No. Motion passes. Announcement and introductions. Representative Williams. And members, would you excuse me for 1 minute, Representative Williams? Members, could I have your attention? We're proceeding with announcements and introductions. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Please
Madam
proceed.
Speaker. Members, this evening, the CU Business School will be having their legislative reception from 5:30 to 6:30, and it'll be at the CU Business School at 1475 Lawrence, and we welcome everyone to meet with the CU Chancellor and network with your colleagues. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For members of Public Health and Human Services Committee, listen up. There was one agenda item that did not make the calendar today. We will have a presentation by the Colorado Radiological Society at our 1:30 meeting, so be there. And then they're also having a reception this evening from 5 to 6:30 at the Art Hotel. And if you want to talk to the radiologists in Colorado, that would be the place to be. Thank you.
Representative Cortland.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, you got one of these orange sheets. Is everyone listening? This is important for your aides to not get in trouble. This sheet talks about dress rules. Please be certain that your aides understand these rules. We don't want aides being embarrassed by being told they have to go home and change clothes. So please be sure your aides understand our dress rules. Thank you.
Representative Quorum, did you have something? Please proceed. With
Thank you, Madam
Representative
Speaker.
Wilson.
Before we talk about the junior livestock sale, I would like all the members to remind all the members that across the street at Scottish Rite, the Cattlemen's Association is meeting there today for lunch. So go by and have some good beef.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, there are only 2 days left. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday is the sale.
2 days left.
I had a visit with Senator Bumgardner. The lower chamber is struggling a little bit on their contributions, so we are smoking them in this one. But here's the results as of this moment. On this side of the aisle, $792.50. On this side of the aisle, $1,112.50. We still have a few vacancies on the list. Those of you that have not contributed, your name has a big Zippo beside it. Now, out in the lobby, are you listening in the lobby? Someone wave. I had someone from the lobby contribute to the National Junior Livestock Sale for the House Chamber. We will accept any and all contributions. It's nonpartisan. We'll split it with both sides here, so you all can bring it in as well. But we did receive the first check this morning from someone in the lobby, so the challenge is for you as well.
Can't do that.
I can't do that. I think you can. I checked. You can't? You can't request it. I can't. I didn't request that. Please eliminate that. I didn't request that. I just informed you of what had happened. Thank you very much.
Representative Wilson, that's a $5 fine.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. That will go to the National Junior Livestock,
Yes, it
right?
will.
I can handle
Thursday.
that.
Representative Quorum.
Thank you. I think the word that he was searching for was opportunity.
Thank you.
But I don't know if he's going to make it back. He's over at the Senate right now, but the chairman of the National Junior Livestock Sale, Mr. Buck Hutchinson, is going to try to be in the House. You know, he's a great man that's really working this sale. So I think he's actually here to encourage the Democratic side of the aisle to contribute more. And I know Representative Bush is certainly here to push that cause.
Representative Quorum, that's a $5 fine. You introduced somebody, so.
Well, it's the junior livestock.
We don't argue with the speaker, or that's another $5 fine. 10.
Do I hear 10?
Yes, you get 10. Good, good. We all agree. Thanks. Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll be very careful here. Members, this is critical for these kids, for their future and for our future. Let's show them that we value all the hard work and the perseverance, and let's show them that we value the future of agriculture. Thank you.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, the Claw Caucus, you all remember the Claw Caucus, the Colorado Legislative Animal Welfare Caucus. We are meeting on Thursday. Lunch will be provided, and we will be meeting in LSBA. We have a great program lined up. We'll be talking about some of the bills that you're actually going to be considering this session, so I hope you can make it. We will have a written invitation on your desk later today. Thanks.
Members, we're still on announcements and introductions, and I believe that Representative Hamner was next, and then...
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, members. I'd like to remind members of the Business Committee to bring your red book. Members of the Business Committee, would you please show you're listening and paying attention and that you're prepared for your budget briefing upon adjournment? Very well done. Representative Nordberg, Representative Garnett, thank you all. We'll see you upon adjournment with your red book. Thank you.
Representative Landgraf. And Representative Lee.
Thank you,
and
Madam
Representative
Speaker.
Ruppe.
Members, this is very important, so listen up.
Members, may we have your attention, please?
Thank you, Madam
Thank you.
Speaker, and everybody out there. Monday, January 25th, is the first meeting of the Veterans Caucus. You have this flyer on your desk. You have the agenda for all of the sessions. Monday is going to be on mental health and veterans. We have a great group of people coming to speak, and I'll turn it over to Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and Representative Landgraf. It's really important for us to support our veterans in Colorado. Our governor has made a commitment to make our veterans, support of our veterans, a priority, and to make Colorado the most veteran-friendly state in the nation. This is a way to learn about the issues of veterans in a series of action-packed and information-filled sessions. So we encourage everyone to attend to learn about the challenges of veterans and how we can address them. Thank you.
So thank you, Madam Speaker and Representative Lee. This is a very important thing, and we would like you to RSVP for it so we can make sure you have lunch. Veterans are struggling across many different spectrums, and we want to share what those challenges are as well as work with you to come across with some solutions to those problems. We will be talking about not only the mental health issues, but we will be talking about VA challenges where we bridge it between the state and the federal. We'll talk about jobs and employment as well as other factors. So veterans, we strongly urge you to participate in coming down and seeing some of the information we have to share so that you're informed about veterans and some of the pluses and minuses and how they have to work within our communities and our state.
I believe Representative Tyler is oh, Representative Wyden, did you have something relative to this? Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I just want to say I heartily endorse this Veterans Caucus and just want to remind you that it isn't just about Colorado Springs. It is about the whole state, and proud to represent Aurora and Buckley Air Force Base there, and thank you so much for getting this started, Representative Landgraf.
Representative Tyler.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is indeed a pleasure to serve with you.
And also with you, Representative
All right, so
Tyler.
Transportation Committee, listen up. We're already jumbling our schedule here a little bit, and we're going to work as hard as we can on one day so we can take the next day off. So, if you look at your calendar, we made a couple changes. On Wednesday, tomorrow, we will hear the hydrogen fuel systems bill. We will still likely hear the Kia bill. So 1053 and 1029 that were already on the schedule. We're going to also hear, oh, there's a Tyler bill in there, 1060, Colorado State Patrol Roadside Memorials, and House Bill 1018, Transportation Advisory Committee Procedures. So we will have 4 bills tomorrow. Just get used to late session, you know, we'll start early. Thank you.
Representative Rosenthal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So also, members, tonight there is going to be a reception, which you're all invited to, sponsored by One Colorado. So you are encouraged to meet members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community of Colorado and hear about some issues of concern to them and share some of your perspectives. That's 5 to 7 p.m. at Avenue Grill. Thank you very much.
Are there further announcements and introductions? Yes, Representative Pabon and Assistant Minority Leader Lawrence.
You gonna take my side? Even at the podium, we can't be on opposite sides here. We just want to remind everybody that the Beer Caucus is meeting tonight at the Governor's Mansion.
Good morning, members. You want to listen into this. This is the most important announcement you will hear today, at least in the next 5 minutes. This is the annual Colorado Beer Caucus gathering this evening at the Governor's Mansion to celebrate the state of beer in Colorado. And it is a bipartisan, bicameral caucus. In fact, we just had the privilege, not really.
No, that was not a privilege. That was painful.
Terrible.
It was
terrible experience. Handing the annual beer trophy, which the House proudly won in 2014, off to our Senate colleagues next door. But this is the beginning of our comeback. And so we need you all there tonight. We need you with us to celebrate this wonderful industry we have in our state, to have good camaraderie and conversation, and of course, some good beer.
Absolutely. And to remind everybody that we want you to participate in brewing next year's House blend so that we can make sure that we bring that trophy back to this chamber, because that was extremely painful walking into that other chamber somewhere in the building and handing them that trophy. Let's make sure that the House does not have to do that again. We want to see the senators bring that back to us next year. And this is step one, so we want to make sure everyone is there tonight at 5:30 at the Governor's Mansion.
We'll see you there. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Quorum.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I actually have a question for the Speaker. I was told that originally I introduced Mr. Buck Hutchinson from the National Western Livestock Show. He had requested that the Speaker introduce him on the first day, but somehow that didn't work out, so I was a very distant substitute for you. So I was going to see if perhaps the Speaker would like to share my $5 fine and acknowledge that Mr. Buck Hutchinson is in the House and he has oversaw over $750,000 in stock sales.
Well, Representative Quorum, that's a worthy suggestion, if not a good question. In any case, I would be delighted to add another $5 to the fine. And as a matter of fact, we really hope that Mr. Hutchinson could be here on opening day, because it's such a great tradition that we open the legislature and we open the stock show almost exactly at the same time. So it's an honor to have him here. And if he'd please stand, I'd love to introduce him. Mr. Hutchinson, thank you very much. I'll get my $5 down there. Are there further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until later today at 1:30 p.m.
The motion is to stand in recess until 1:30 p.m. Seeing no objection, so ordered.